So thanks for tuning in to Life Enhancement Dojo. Tonight, I want to talk about a conversation we had in our Reiki collaboration a couple of days ago. Our Reiki collaboration is usually held once or twice a week, depending on how things go within the month. So we talked about letting go the other day, and I asked a question to those that were there and those that was involved. It's like, what is the terminology to use? Because oftentimes we get so caught up when we say it's time to let go that we get caught up into the part of saying surrender. When we say the word surrender gets us to a place of like, I can't surrender. We're given too much when we surrender, or terminologies of, but knowing that a lot of times when it's time to let go of something or someone, that it becomes hard and difficulty. Due to the fact that we have an emotional attachment, whatever it is, even if it's to the word surrender, because oftentimes the word surrender may seem like it's a huge thing, based upon our background, based upon where we've been through, what we've been through. So, it often seems like it can be habitual, The reason why we can't let go of something is because we are in a constant habit of doing something over and over again. We've done something so much that it becomes second nature to us. We deal with the situation because we're used to dealing with situations like this that is not serving us, for our highest and best. So oftentimes we deal with things that is habitual, and even to the point of where things are, we feel obligated or have an obligation to those things, whether we're being obligated because we're a parent or a student or a teacher, or even something as simple as even a child. We have to understand that those responsibilities or it's not just a responsibility, but I am obligated because I am in the place of obligation. This is my mother, this is my teacher, this is my student, this is my client, this is my, I'm the doctor, So, a lot of times we often feel like we're obligated to certain things, to certain persons, and we can't let them go. And so being based upon these things and terminologies of using so that we can get past that, the thing that came up in class was freedom. I'm going to say that again. Freedom. Oftentimes we need to ask ourselves, is this thing that's non-serving, do we want to continue it, or do we want to obtain freedom? If we obtain freedom, then we don't have to worry. Or what's it going to take? Do I have to use the terms of surrender? If I surrender myself to obtain freedom, wouldn't you do it? If I had to write it down to obtain freedom, wouldn't you do it? If I had to ignore certain things in order to release them, to obtain freedom from these things, wouldn't you do it? How bad do you want to have freedom from your obligation or your emotional attachment or your habitual responses or behavior to these things or to these persons? Would you want to have that freedom? So is inviting freedom into your life, and so then we're deciding if you so when you decide the term freedom in whatever situation you have, you not only have to say, okay, I want freedom from this, but there's something that you have to act on it. It's like, hey, I'm ready to act on this. I'm ready to get my freedom. It says, I remember there's a thing that says one of the hardest lessons in life is letting go. Whether it's guilt, anger, love, loss, or betrayal, change is not easy. Okay? And knowing that change is not easy, we fight to hold on and we fight to let go. And that's so true, because oftentimes that we feel like there's no other way but then the way that we're doing it. But if we have to, because we feel that attachment to it, but Sissy G says, sometimes it's not the times you decide to fight, but the times you decide to surrender that makes the difference. Sometimes we get so obligated to have to win a situation. Oftentimes you're arguing. You're like, I'm right, and you're wrong, but you have to continue to make your point. And sometimes we just have to make the point. Sometimes silence is the biggest, most powerful thing ever, So, there was this thing I read in Geico. It says, let go of your attachment to what you think should happen. Surrender to what is and trust that you're being guided towards something more profound. That was from Ash Abs. We had to realize at some point in time that if we're trusting ourselves or trusting our higher power into doing whatever it is that we want to do, whatever our endeavors, whatever we're pursuing in life, and that we want to pursue it, with me, sometimes the clients, it's weight loss, it's better, more wisdom, better understanding, more spiritual guidance, more healing, so whatever it is, we have to understand that, things happen in a process. And sometimes that we have to go through this process and allow these process to happen and trust and know that in the end, the outcome is unbelievably miraculous and it becomes remarkable.